Hello, 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 am I live? I don't know yet. Morning, Melanie. I think I am, but it's not showing up that I am. It's just like, I don't know, it must be the delay thing. Always take a few minutes, I'll just sit here. La-di-da, da-da-da. Oh, there we go. Why isn't my iPad picking up on it? I am here. Hello. Come on, iPad thing, work properly. Yeah, it's working now, and I have to watch a few adverts. There we go. Skip the ads. It's what makes the money. It's what makes the world go around. It's dark. I've turned off my main big studio lights. I've just got these bad boys here that are like major lighting going on there. And you'll see the difference, and I've got rid of the flicker. I spent yesterday doing a bit of technical stuff with my computer and stuff, and this, I don't know if you can see, I don't want to move it too much. Look, this is the technical stuff. Tape. Got my microphone. It's good, isn't it? So, yeah. Hopefully I'm not echoey, if my spanner can tell me. Oh, thank you, Minnie, you set an alarm. Oh, bless you. Yeah, so I'm going to paint some trees this morning. Yeah, and yesterday I started filming a Skillshare class, and I was like, painted this whole nice picture. Don't know where it's gone now. It's under the scanner. And my computer turned off. So I lost it all. So I started another one. So a completely different class, because I was like, I'm not going to paint that again. So anyway, let's start. I'm going to paint like a snowy, Christmassy tree sort of thing going on. Okay, so I'm just going to do it desk only, because when you see me, the light's not very good, but I'll come back so you can see me. There we go. See, no flicker. No flicker. It is a bit close. So I might just up it a little bit. I had that from a bit more detail. Let me just zoom out. My camera does not zoom. It just winds up or down, because that's how we roll here. Now I'm going to have to adjust this. So much for my technical setup. There we go. I don't know what those lines are. It's that. I've got wires everywhere. There we go. No flicker. Then you can see stuff, I think, nicely. Spinning and knitting. I've got a spinning wheel. I used to spin yarn and stuff. I used to love doing that, Melanie. But I found my spinning wheel the other day, and it's the bolts come off the bottom of the foot or something. No, I can't do it. I used to like spin all like arty yarns, so I used to put things in the yarn with it, like bits of crazy things like little felty teddy bears and things like that. It was a bit mad yarn, lots of ribbons and that all in it. Anyway, I'm just going to start off. I got really clean water. Sorry everybody. I'll try not to lick my brush. But it is clean because I did change it yesterday morning. Right, I'm just going to wet the page. I know once I start painting, people are going to come because they just don't want to see a blank page, do you guys? I'm just wetting the whole paper. This is a, it's probably going to buckle up and everything, because I'm not going to, I hate stretching paper. I know it helps with things. This is a big, I can't remember what number it is. This is a number 16 Pro Art Condenser brush. It's a mixture of synthetic and natural hair, and it goes into a lovely point at the end, which I like. So I've got loads of greens, and my favourite lunar black mixed with greens, really nice. And yeah, so I'm going to paint trees. Christmas tree scenes. I don't know whether to add a little bit of, let me just add a bit of, I want to sort of add some to mix up a little bit purple. I just want to drop it in so you can see that it is snowy, just to make it look icy, icy, icy. I know it's quite bright, so we don't want that, do we? And then the sky's up here, so I sort of do that as sort of a snowy grey. We had snowy skies yesterday. Ooh, it was horrible yesterday, the weather. So there we go. You can see how wet the page is because there's glare. I can't really do anything about the glare, so sorry guys, unless I cover up the light, and then it makes it darker, and you don't want that. So you have to bear with it. Let's get a nice sort of green going. Greeny, greeny. You can't see the rest of my palette. It's all spilt off that end. But I want those ones. I want these greens here. Don't know how's best to. Oh yeah. Just stop it. Oh, swishing that way. I've got it at an angle now. I'm going to get my sleeve in it and splosh it everywhere. So when I do mix greens, I just mix all the greens. All the greens. Is it just me and you today, Melanie? Looks like it. Right, tree. There's a tree. Christmas tree. I'm just doing this really wet on wet at the minute. You're on a mission. Cool. I've got all my knitting and stuff upstairs, and I just haven't got back into it. Like, I've got stuff that I should do for my granddaughter that I started, and I've got stuff that I started for my daughters, like blankets and things. And I like knitting socks, but after I've knitted the first sock I get bored. I can't be bothered to finish the second one. I'm not good enough to do pairs of things. Right, these are trees, if you can see. So I'm just letting it all smudge in, smudgy smudgy, to begin with, and then we'll come back in and do some like detailies. So we want some like distance. Oh, hi Debbie. Hi Stephen. Hi Charlie. Hi Leanna. All of a sudden everyone's here. It was just me and Menly. We were having a moment. Right, that's like, you know, I'm going to sprinkle some salt on it, because I want to get like that frosty feel. So it's probably a bit wet actually, but hopefully that will work. And then I'm just going to put that aside. When I say I put it aside, I chuck it on the floor. And I'm just going to grab another bit of paper. I don't know what this is. This is an old bit of paper. See, it's got a circle on one side. It's a big bit. And then it's got some blue stuff there. But we've hi Charlie. Have I said hello to everybody that's here? Yeah. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Look, this is going to be really blue there. Let's just sort of loosen that up. It's like peacock blue. What was it? Windsor blue. Ooh, it's quite pretty actually. I might make that into a tree. So I've just got a scrappy old bit of paper. Sometimes it's good to paint on a scrappy bit of paper because you're not too worried about what happens. Sometimes you get like too hit up, oh, I don't want to mess up my paper. Oh, this is a really expensive piece of watercolour paper, I don't want to mess it up, and things like that. Don't worry about that, just go for it. Or just stand on it a few times, get some footprints on it, and then you won't be so worried. Oh, thank you, Menny. Yes, my collectibles, I've got loads. I call it my death pile. I have a death pile, and I'm just like, it's good because doing art every day does not make me a living. As much as I'd like it to more, well, it does sort of make me a living, but I need to make more money, especially as I'm just rely on myself, and I sort of support my son, even though he's got a job now, so it's got easier for me. So I have to think of other ways to make some money sometimes. especially when it was COVID, my pattern designs weren't selling as much because they weren't travelling abroad to shows and things. So it all sort of stopped for a little bit. So I started to sell all my stuff. All my charity shop finds that I've got loads of. Loads and loads and loads. But I've always sold on eBay for years, actually. I used to sell my paintings on eBay. I have to put some up on eBay, but they don't seem to do very well anymore, so I just thought, no, go on. Hi Debbie, did I say hi Debbie? So I'm doing the same thing again. So hopefully that one would dry, even though it's cold in here, it might not dry. But hopefully I might have to get the dryer out so I can do the next bits. I'm doing the same, but you'll be surprised how different each one starts to look. Just really loose, wet, and just paint the shape like a triangle, a long triangle with frilly bits at the side. It's fun, have a go. And if you do have a go at stuff, come and post it on my Facebook group. The link's below this video, and you can come and look along there. Come and look in there, and I can give you feedback and stuff if you like. Just ask for it if you need any help with stuff. Let's do some sort of bluey trees to make them look like they're in the distance. Distant trees. I'm doing these quite dark because I know these ones at the front are going to be a bit darker once. Remember, your watercolour also dries lighter, so these ones here are going to be more prominent. So this is like a forest. Yeah, if you use cheaper art paper, I hate that really cheap watercolor paper. It just doesn't work. You can't. It doesn't. I know people give up because they can't get the same effects and things, and they're going, "Oh, it's not working." Don't buy cheap watercolor paper because it does not work. It's crap. Get a decent one, like a good make. We're not the really most expensive stuff. I mean, most of my stuff is from Sea Whites, but their watercolour paper is good. Things like that Langton watercolour and things like that, like Winsor and Newton watercolour paper, De La Roni watercolour paper. They do all different grades. So I wouldn't buy the cheap watercolour paper from the works or such things because then that's rubbish. It's a bit like the paint as well. At least try and buy a paint that has a name to it, not those Chinese knockoffs you get. I've got some really cheap watercolour paint that I use sometimes for like crappy painting and painting with the kids and things like that. Like you just don't get the same. You don't get the same. Right, that's the other one. Just done that. I'm just going to let that. I might put some bleachy blobs on. Just wanted to make it look snowy. I need to put some more in there. Bleachy blobs. Right, that's going to take ages to dry probably. I'm going to go back to the other one I did. Hopefully it's sort of dried. I might have to... Yeah, no, it's not. You can see the salts sort of started to do its thing, wherever it's not really. Well, I'm just going to blob them. Try putting stuff on. Good morning, Jake. Oh, the roof is holding fast. So far, well, the little roof on the single story, but the main roof, I'm not quite sure, but there's only a few tiles missing from the main roof, so that's when we get wet. Anyway, yeah, mainly go sell stuff on Society 6 and Redbubble. You can sell down sort of stuff on that if they're good prints and things. It's good. You can get like passive income from, that's what it's called, isn't it? See, from quite a lot of things, online things. And yeah, try selling stuff on eBay if you like going around charity shops and things. It's really cool. You'll be surprised what sells on there. Right, I'm adding some darker bits in. I'm just going to dry it, so you'll have to excuse me for a minute. So, the salt has sort of started to work in areas. I'm not worried about the other bit. La-di-da. That's going to go all bumpy lumpy where it's dried too quickly. Dry the back just to level it out. Good tip. There. You can sell downloads on Etsy, which is good. Oh god, sorry, I just bashed my head on the light. Right, now I'm going to move to a smaller brush so I got more control. My chair loves making squeaks. Right, let's mix up some darker green. I'm not sure what this colour is in the corner that I've got there. It's one you sent me, Melanie, but I can't see what it is. I don't know, it's really nice. I think it's a Van Gogh green or something, but it's like grey, blacky brown. Anyhow, let's go. You can see my trees. Let's get some. I'll start at the back because then I won't stick my hand in it. Let's like start painting some more detail. These are like Christmas trees, aren't they? Try and get, there's a Cyril hair. Cyril hair gets everywhere. Never have a Jack Russell, guys. If you think, yeah, they're short haired, his hair gets everywhere. You can probably see it all over my jumper. I think it's just like everywhere. He's the hairiest beast ever. I should collect some of his hair up, but I could make another Cyril. You could spin it for me, Melanie. Alright, bye Stephen. Yeah, I thought I should share some tips, Charlie, you know. Sometimes I just come here and paint and talk nonsense, but I do know what I'm doing. Dust green, yeah, that might be the dust green. It's really nice. Really nice. Right, that's the back tree there. I haven't got any distant trees in this one. Let's put a distant tree in blue, bright blue, so it stands out more than the others. Stop it. It dries lighter, remember? That's a distant tree, and then there's another top of a tree there behind that one. So I'm just holding the brush, look, more tips, holding the brush at the very end, so I'm not like doing it right down here, so I've been really pernickety. I'm not. I'm holding it back here, so I've got like not much control, but then I can also have a little bit of control, but then I'm just flicking the brush around just to create the essence of a tree. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't spend ages worrying about the shape. Just think of a long triangle with frongy bits And then sometimes it's nice to think, yeah, it has got a trunk that goes down the middle, and you might want to put some darker bits in like that. And that works. I have to keep telling myself, Charlie, that I know what I'm doing. Sometimes I forget. I think, what the hell? What is this? I have to remind myself, yes, yes, Michelle, you've been painting for a very long time. You do know what you're doing. Don't get disheartened. Do you ever get that? I get like the, is it imposter syndrome? Where you think you're not good enough. And I know that comes from childhood. Nothing was ever good enough for my mum, bless her. She was a bit of a perfectionist. And I was never allowed to join clubs and things because they weren't good enough and things like that. And I just like, oh, okay. So she messed my head up a bit, I think. I think that goes for my sister as well. My sister was like saying that. My little sister. It's the same. But I don't think she was doing that in a horrible way. It's just the way she was. Oops. I'm not sure what this is. It's just like, yeah. I know I said just put a trunk in, but you know, that's a bit... I was thinking that the underneaths of the trees are going to be darker. That's what my idea was in that. Let's stick some salt on it as it's drying so you get that nice frosty feel. Think, yeah, because like imposter syndrome, there's my brother's boyfriend said to me, Mitz, you get really good at doing something, or something starts to go really well for you, like I used to like be excellent at teaching and things like that and doing my Skillshare classes, and these things start to go really well and then I stop doing them because I start thinking, I can't do that. No, it's not. I don't deserve. It's like I don't deserve to benefit from stuff. It's silly. It's really silly, isn't it? It's like, oh, right. There's a tree here. Let's do a little bit more shady at the front under this one. Look like a bluey colour. Ooh, is that too much? Maybe. These are just really quick paintings, so. You get the gist. Go and have a go. I mean, I could make that into a little Christmas card, couldn't you? That tree's a bit green, but I don't mind. Is the colour like weird? I don't know, it looks different. It's really bright, isn't it? Yeah, I like those Van Gogh colours. Again, I might have to get some more. The ones that I'm going to stick a bit of red just to knock the green back a bit. Because this is really green. I didn't want it so green. Bits of shadows. Shadow. I don't know. When I do shadows, I just sort of like make them a bit too intense sometimes. My colours are really off, but then when I'm watching it on the YouTube thing, it looks better than the one I'm seeing. I'm not quite sure what's happened to that. Maybe I've got a filter on it. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. I don't know, it had like a sharpen filter on it, which was weird. I don't want to sharpen it. Let's just smush all that up. I don't want it to, a bit more salt. And then I'm going to get my sandpaper. I had it yesterday, I lost it now. No. What colour do I want? I'm just going to sandpaper blue. It only sticks where it's wet and you can like blow it off. It's fine. Like shadows. But there's that one. Yeah, I stopped looking for approval. It's true, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Charlie. My selection of colours. I don't know, they're quite bright. I love bright colours. Sometimes I'm a bit subtle and I can't. Oh, hang on. I'm just going to get the other bit. Ooh, it's really wet, this one. That looks quite nice, though. It's quite effective. I'm not going to dry this. I'm just going to start adding some trees on it. Stick a bit of red in there because that's really green. I wonder if I can be subtle on this one. Probably not. This one's quite dark here. Yeah, I've tried not to be like that with my kids. Sometimes I see my mum coming out. I'm like, no. Like, with my kids, I'm like, no, it's fine, everything's cool, and it's really good. But then you can get those people that like, you see it in like kids that go for singing competitions and they're really crap, but they've been told how brilliant they are by their children. That's going from one extreme to another, isn't it? It's good to support your kids and that, but sometimes if they're not brilliant at something and you don't give them false hopes, that's another thing. But when nothing's ever good enough, that's not good. You can go from one extreme to another, can't you? Yes, we must rise above. Oh gosh. Sorry, I'm choking. It still comes up and bites you in the arse though sometimes. Things can be going really well and then all of a sudden you're like, no! Let's do another one here. Christmas trees. I haven't put my tree up yet. I'll find my trees. Find my I haven't got a Christmas. Well, I've got a white one. My son's girlfriend's put a tree up in their sort of sitting room bit. And he's got Mickey Mouse. Everything's Mickey Mouse. Mickey and Minnie Mouse. It's quite cool actually. I think it's the first time like she's done her own Christmas decorations. So it's a sort of first Christmas away from home. Which must be quite bored because she's got 13 brothers and sisters. 13 siblings, should I say. Oh, it's a strange green. I wanted a darker colour. Put blue in it. Let's put bright blue in it. Yeah, I always find that, Charlie. Things can be going so well and everything, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh. Oh. Yeah, just a have to make the best of things, don't you? Oh dear, that's so nice. And it does help to always see the good in everything rather than the negative stuff, which I found lately in the last couple of years. It really helps me. Then I do have down days, you know. Hi, Anne-Marie. This tree's a bit weird. Yeah, it's okay. It looks okay. That would do. That would pass. That passes as a tree. Not sure what this is here. Oh, if you hear that squeak, it's a bus. I've got a bus stop opposite my house, which is really handy for when I want to just nip on the, well, like you saw in my vlog. Just go to Durham for the day or anywhere. It's quite nice. Except you have to wear a mask, which I'm not very good at. Don't like the masky thing. I get panicky. I'm not liking you have to wear it in supermarkets again. I really can't cope with that. It's just like, I can't do my shopping. But you have to do what you got to do, don't you? Is that? That's working, isn't it? Sort of. I want this one greener. That's it. No, they're not Catholic. It's quite unusual for our days, isn't it, to have that many children. It's funny. I thought I came from a big family and there's just 5 of us. I wouldn't be surprised if her mum has another one by the end of the year. She only turned 40 the other day. It's like, oh, I can't imagine having that many children. It's quite crazy. I don't think I'll be able to cope. Brown in that one. This needs, so because it's still really wet, it needs to dry out a bit. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm being happy. Good advice, Jake. Yeah, this one needs to dry a bit more, but I want to leave it to dry because of the salt. That's the other one. Go and have a go. Go and paint some Christmas trees on a snowy scene. There. There do. I'll probably fiddle with this a bit later once it's dry, and I'll show you tomorrow. It's good to be overcautious, Charlie, especially when things affect you more. You know, I just get I do wear my mask, but I get claustrophobic feeling. I'm just like, let me out. Let me out. Right, do you want to see me again? There we go. Hello. Thank you for joining me. And I'll show you the trees tomorrow when I've done them. And yeah, my I've got my pajamas on still underneath my jumper. Don't judge. I did get up really early this morning. I got up at 5:30. Cyril wanted to go out, but I did go to bed really early because I was really tired. Anyway, I won't start babbling now. Thank you for joining me. If you like this, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell if you want notifications when YouTube decide to send them. I know it doesn't always work. Anyway, thanks for joining me.